Hey guys, welcome back to Rad JBI. I'm JB. In this video, we're going to detail our new item. It is the JBI Showa damper rods for the forks. The reason we made these is that we found on some of the newer model bikes, this tends to be 2024 and newer, that from the factory, when people go to do their fork seals for the first time and they're working on their forks, that when they go to remove the rebound bolt from the cartridge rod on the lower part, on the lock nut, and on the top part, and they're getting ready to crack it loose. By that, I mean they're going to break the rebound clicker loose from the cartridge rod. When they go to do that on some of the models, the rebound clicker is mounted to the damper rod so tightly that the threads are actually getting stripped out where the lock nut is located. And the reason for that is once you back the lock nut all the way down on the cartridge rod, only a few threads are engaged. So a lot of force is being applied to them and it's causing those threads to strip out. That hasn't happened to us at Ride JBI because we can feel that when it's happening and we pause. And what we do is we put some shaft block clamps onto it, and it takes two of us, one of us to push down the fork, the other one's to clamp the rod, and then remove the rebound clicker that way. But unfortunately, a lot of people aren't aware of that, and what happens is they end up stripping it out. So at Ride JBI, we've been selling a ton of genuine Showa replacement damper rods as a fixed, but it dawned on me that wasn't really a fix because the same issue could still happen. So what I went ahead and did was I made our own JBI damper rods, but the key difference is the length of threads we have on at the bottom. You're going to see the difference in the length of the threads. These threads here, they stop, they go smooth, and they have a chamfer. Now I know some of you are going to go, hey JB, that is there so that way when you install the rod, it doesn't rub the seal. Well, guess what? You are incorrect. Because the diameter of the rod is 14 millimeters, the diameter of these threads is 14 millimeters. So these threads are going to rub on and interfere with the seal regardless when you install the damper rod. So why Showa doesn't thread this up all the way, I don't know. So what we did was we did thread this up all the way. So that way, get this back off again. All the threads on the lock nut are still fully engaged with all the threads on the damper rod. That way, when you go to remove and break loose the rebound clicker assembly from the rod, you can apply a lot of force on this lock nut and it is much less likely to strip out the threads since many more threads are engaged. So that is the key difference with our JBI damper rods is the design of the added threads. So that way we eliminate the chance of you stripping them out. So this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. This is a cartridge rod from a 2026 Ducati Desmo 450. As you can see, the last thread right here has come off from the cartridge rod. It is no longer existent. So when that happens, the lock nut ends up just spinning and you can't get it back off. So in this case, the last company that worked on this, it looks like they cut off the lock nut because if we spin the rod around, we see this nice groove right here. I'm unsure why they didn't just replace the rod. Maybe it wasn't available at that time. Granted, it doesn't seal in this area, so it wouldn't have an effect on performance, but it definitely doesn't look that good. So the main reason this happens is when this lock nut gets threaded all the way down and we are trying to break loose the rebound clicker from the cartridge rod, oftentimes this is torqued down so heavily or tightly to the cartridge rod, and we apply pressure to the lock nut to break it loose. What happens instead is this thread right here just comes delaminated from the thread, aka stripped out. So as you can see, we just continued all the threads for the length of our rod, so they end at the same spot where the chamfer begins right here. So that way when you thread down the lock nut, it's still going to engage all of the threads inside the lock nut and have a lot more strength. So that way, when you're installing or removing the rebound clicker, there'd be much less stress on these threads because the same amount of force is being applied over a lot more threads or numerous threads instead of just one in this example right here. So it's really one of the key takeaways of why we made our own damper rods was because we commonly see this issue happening and we were selling replacement ones, and those replacement ones did not resolve the main issue of that. We also remade our own because we commonly see the stock coating on these damper rods begin to wear out as well, and the coating begin to delaminate. With ours being a type 3 hard anodized with a beautiful polishing finish afterwards, It's going to last a lot longer than the stock one and be just as smooth, if not smoother, when in application and functioning. This is a 2026 Honda CRF 250R Showa fork that I'm working on. And I'm at the stage where I want to remove the rebound bolt or clicker from the fork cartridge rod. And I've already backed off the lock nut like many people do, and as it shows you in the manual. Now, if I were to continue applying pressure with our 17mm wrench on the lock nut and our 21 on the rebound adjuster bolt right here, if I kept doing that, this is mounted with so much torque to the cartridge rod that what's going to happen, it is going to strip out the bottom thread that that lock nut is engaged with. So what we talked about earlier about that coming off, this is that exact scenario of where it happens. So when this does happen, we'll show in another video how to safely remove this rebound clicker bolt without having to apply any force to this lock nut here and prevent you from shipping out your cartridge rod. If you do ship out your cartridge rod and that already happened, well, you're watching this video and you know that we have replacement ones. One nice extra feature is that you'll be able to tell that our rod has a much, don't get any bad ideas. Our rod has a nicer and smoother finish than the OEM rod. Now, some of you out there are going to know your tribology. That's the study of friction. Well done. And you're going to say, hey, JB, you should have some texture to your rod. Don't get any ideas. So that way oil can fill in there and keep the seal lubricated. And you are correct. We did not finish this to a glass finish to where we're going to have what's called seal, stick, and slip on it, to where it actually just wipes the rod clean. But this is a nicer finish to where we still have some texture to it. So some oil can still reside inside the rod itself and keep it lubricated, but it is a nicer finish than what is on here. Also, we have a better anodized finish. By that, I mean the type of anodize applied to it. This is a type 3 anodize. It's called hard anodized. And then after it's anodized, it is actually polished and finished in a way to give it this nice smoothness. Because if you were to just do a type 3 anodize on this rod, it'll come out not the same color and more of a rougher finish because of the buildup and how type 3 anodized finishes. So this takes a certain process to anodize it and then post-process the rod, meaning after it's been anodized, to get this nice finish. So we have these now available on ridejbi.com as replacement rods. But as of right now, we have these rebound rods available. They are available for all the bikes with Showa suspension. The only ones we don't have available yet are for the 2025 and newer Honda CRF models, as those are a different length. But we have all the other 3 lengths available. So by that, I mean your Honda from 2017 to 2024. There's 2 different lengths on that. And we have one for the Kawasaki, the Honda, and then also the new Kawasaki, meaning 2024 to 2026 and current. And then in due time, we will get the other damper rod length made. So that way we can also cover 2025 and 2026 models as well. If you got any questions, man, please leave them in the comments, give me a call, or shoot me an email.